Hello everyone, welcome to today's show. With the pandemic going on right now, I thought this would be the perfect time to do a show on natural but effective household cleaners that you can make at home. Bleach is not the only answer, guys. So today we're going to make a multi-purpose, multi-surface disinfecting spray and a wonderful floor cleaner, and we might even throw in some sanitizing wipes at the end. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need an empty bottle. Plastic is okay if you're going to intend to use it right away, but glass is better for storage, so decide now. You're going to need paper towels, baking soda, an empty container. It can be from pasta, it can be from like Folgers coffee. I'm using a stainless steel container for pasta. Rubbing alcohol, if you have it, grab it. Distilled water, only if your faucet water is really hard. White distilled vinegar, a little bit of dish soap. You can use Castile soap if you prefer. And then you're going to need some essential oils that are antibacterial, antiviral, antimicrobial, okay? Some of that can be confusing, but we'll get into that. So let's start with our multi-purpose, multi-surface disinfecting spray. Okay, so we're going to take our empty bottle. I'm going to use the big one for demonstration purposes because it's easier to see. Okay, so we're going to fill our bottle halfway with vinegar. Why vinegar? Vinegar is low cost. It is all natural, available practically anywhere, and because it's so acidic, it can counteract some nasty buildup. Dissolved soap scum, hard water residue, glue from stickers, I mean the list goes on. So it's a great base for our spray. So we're going to add and fill halfway with whatever bottle you have. So this one is 32 ounces, so we're going to fill 16 ounces with vinegar. Okay, so now we're going to add our essential oils. So quick tidbit on essential oils. For the purposes of today's show, you don't need to go and use your expensive oils. Regular grocery quality are perfectly fine. Just make sure that they are pure essential oils and not mixed with a base oil. Otherwise, your spray is going to leave massive streaks. So you can use any oil you want that has antiviral, antibacterial, and antimicrobial properties. I know that can be confusing for a lot of you, so a basic example would be things like basil, cinnamon, clary sage, clove, eucalyptus, myrrh, oregano, peppermint. That's just a few examples. The list goes on, okay? I like to use a blend of oils found in the arsenal of most essential oil companies. Mine is Protection Shield by Lucie's Apothecary. Others are On Guard by doTERRA, Thieves Blend by Young Living, Germ Fighter by Plant Therapy, Nature's Shield by Now, and there are many, many more to choose from. Basically, it's a balanced blend of clove, cinnamon, rosemary, eucalyptus, and some kind of citrus like lemon or orange. So blends can be a little more costly, but this blend happens to be a fantastic natural remedy, and it is always on hand in my house. It's definitely worth the investment to have in yours. So no matter if you use a single oil or a blend, you are going to add about 30 drops for every 16 ounces. So this bottle here is 32 ounces and I intend to fill it all the way. So instead of doing 30 drops, we're gonna do 60 drops. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my Protection Shield. And we're just gonna add 60 drops right directly into the bottle. Okay, once those are in, we are going to fill it to the top with our water. Again, if your tap water is really hard, use your distilled water or store-bought water is fine as well, okay? Once it is refilled and you're at the top, we're just gonna close it up. We're gonna shake it and it's ready to use. That's it, guys, super simple. Let's go test it. So a couple things. First of all, remember to always shake your bottle because that essential oil is going to float to the top. Secondly, quick disclaimer on countertops. When you go to use this product on countertops, know that it has vinegar in it. That is the primary component. And some stone and some artificial countertops, the manufacturer recommends you actually do not use vinegar, so be sure to check your warranty information so that you don't damage your product, okay? But very effective on countertops. If you're looking to seriously disinfect and you are in your kitchen where you cook a lot and you're concerned about salmonella or anything else, give it a spray, wait about 10 seconds, and then wipe. Okay, so this is just a generic reminder that when you go to clean light switches or anything electronic, you don't want to spray directly. You want to spray your paper towel and then wipe. This will ensure that no liquid gets into your electrical components and you're still able to wipe and disinfect. Look at that. Fabulous. All right, in your bathroom, we're gonna use this along with, this is where your baking soda comes into play, okay? So we're gonna spray this sink all the way down. Really wet it down. And then for the part that actually needs to be scrubbed down, we're just gonna add some baking soda. This is gonna make it coarse. Can you hear it sizzle? So vinegar and baking soda have a chemical reaction that happens together which helps lift all these stains up. So now we're just going to take our sponge and this stuff is going to come right off. This is the quickest and easiest 20 seconds. You don't need to be buying any chemicals to scrub down your bathrooms with. This is so simple, low cost, disinfects everything and scrubs everything right off. Just make sure to get all the baking soda off. Not going to hurt anything. It's edible after all. Once your baking soda is washed off, we're just going to take our paper towel and give it that final shine. That's it, guys. All done. This is every homeowner's worst nightmare, is cleaning the toilet. Well, guess what? Super easy because we have our vinegar. All those rings inside the toilet, we're just going to pour about a cup to 2 cups of distilled vinegar depending on how much buildup of hard water scale you have. We're going to let it sit for about 20 minutes and then flush. That's it. Comes right off. Past that point, we're going to use our spray. Not only does it disinfect everything, but it cleans up all the gunk. Make sure you don't put your paper towels into the toilet, but throw them in the trash. As you can see, that spray works amazingly well. So now that you know the basics, let's make the floor cleaner. This cleaner is really great for tile, laminate, linoleum, even hardwood floors. I would check with your manufacturer for any warnings on using vinegar products on your floor. Some of the newer floor or artificial floors can't take vinegar. Also, some very delicate natural stone can't either. So definitely check your manufacturer so it doesn't default your warranty. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my spin mop bucket here for mopping the floors. You're going to fill your bucket almost full with hot water, like really hot as you can get it, okay? And this is going to hold about 1.5 gallons of hot water, so depending on your bucket size, you're going to want to add 2 to 4 cups of vinegar depending on that bucket size. So it's going to be about 1/3 vinegar to 2/3 hot water, okay? For here on my every single day sort of washing, I'm going to add 2 cups of vinegar to this. Now, if you have pets or you have little ones or your floors are exceptionally dirty, you can add more than that. Add 4 cups, add 6 cups. 6 cups is kind of the max for a bucket this size, okay? So next we're going to add our essential oils. Again, you're going to want to use some kind of antibacterial, antiviral, but definitely antibacterial essential oil. but you don't have to go with blends. You don't have to go with anything so heavy as we did for the spray. You can go simple, and we're gonna go with a very simple lemon on this one, okay? About 30 drops of your choice into a bucket this size. We're really doing it to get the bacteria and leave a nice fresh scent, okay? All right, once that's in, your very last step is going to be adding your soap. This is an optional add-in. If you have super dirty floors or you have not washed the floors in a really long time, you're gonna add literally, for a bucket this size, I add that much. It's almost like 1.5 drops of soap, and that's it. Okay, so that's all we're doing. We're gonna mix this with our mop and you're good to go. Okay, so we're gonna have a little extra fun. With COVID circulating right now, I find myself sanitizing the countertops and the doorknobs and everything all the time, and you can never find sanitizing wipes, so I made my own, and we're gonna make them together. So you're gonna take your empty container. You can use an old 1-pound plastic container from coffee, pasta, pretzels, or anything that has a really good sealing lid. Okay, that's important. You want a lid on it. It has to be the width of a standard roll of paper towels, okay? And now there's a couple things you can do, but if you want to go the extra mile and you're using like your coffee container, you can make it aesthetically pleasing by spray painting it prior to filling it. If you're repurposing an old tin coffee can, you will for sure want to spray paint the inside and outside to keep the can from rusting, okay? You preferably want to use a glass container. I actually go through these pretty quick, so for me the stainless steel works quite well, and it comes with a nice sealing lid. So we're going to take our paper towels and we're going to fit them into the container, just like that. Okay, now I would say just go ahead and cut them in half, but I'm going to mark this just because every container is different, so I'm giving myself a marker. All right, so as you can see, it's a little more than half, but I don't want to take it all the way to the edge because I have that lid to put in, so I'm going to cut just underneath that. All right, so now we are going to take a sharp knife and we're going to cut right at that marker all the way through. Not the prettiest, right? So we're going to go face down. All right. So we're going to go face down on this. Fits beautifully. You can see that. Very little edging, right? You can see that quite nice. Okay. So now I like to use, just for your information, I like to use the Bounty Selecticize because they're a little bit thicker, they retain more moisture, they don't tear as easily, and they come out in smaller sections, so there's less paper waste. But you can use whatever you want. Once this is done, we're going to mix together our ingredients. So, 1/2 cup of vinegar, 1/4 cup of water, again, distilled if your water is really hard, okay? And 1/4 cup of rubbing alcohol. This is gonna give you that streak-free end, right? So we're gonna mix those three. And this part's optional, but you can add about a teaspoon of your favorite dish soap. The dish soap is just gonna give it a cleaning action rather than just a disinfecting action. So it's optional, it's up to you. I don't like to put it in there because I don't want the soap on my countertop. I like to do just disinfecting wipes. Okay, at this juncture, you can also add about 10 drops of essential oil if you want. And it only is there to give it a scent or an extra boost of antibacterial property. So for me, I go back to my protection shield. I use it here again. We're gonna add about 10 drops. Gently mix the mixture and then slowly pour it over your paper towels. I'm going to go ahead and let that sit for a moment because I want the center cardboard to get saturated. All right. Once the paper towels are completely saturated, we're going to carefully take that center piece out. So it's still kind of hard to do because it's not quite saturated. Let's give it a few more minutes. Okay. There you go. I'm just going to pull it right out so you can see what that looks like. Now we're going to go on the inside and we're going to find the end piece, and that's going to be our starting point. There you go. There's your paper towels. So now if you have a lid like this one, you can just seal this up and set it next to your kitchen counter or wherever, and they're ready to use whenever you need them. Okay, so that is it. If you have one of these really nice lids that has a nice seal on it, whether you have a glass container or a plastic container, as long as you have that seal, you're good to go. You can just cover it, and anytime you want to use it, just pop it open, pull out the amount you want to use, and then make sure you seal it and put it away. If you don't and you have a plastic cover like this one, okay, you can go the extra mile and actually take your knife and right in the center cut an X. Once you cut your X, you're going to feed, well, this is too small because I don't have one to quite demonstrate, but you're going to feed your paper towel through that X so that when you close this seal, that tip is sitting right at the top there and you can pull it out that way. I find that that method actually causes the liquid inside to evaporate quicker, so I like the seal. It's up to you though. That's it, guys. Congratulations. You have made a multi-purpose, multi-surface disinfecting spray you can use on anything, battles all sorts of infection. You've made a killer floor cleaner, and you have made amazing disinfecting wipes that can sit in your kitchen or in your bathroom for immediate use. So congrats. You are ready to battle anything COVID, anything virus, anything bacteria, and you can prevent anyone in your home from getting sick. So you are ready to go. Hey, by the way, for these, every so often just add a few drops of water into your canister to keep your wipes moist. And if you want to be extra eco-friendly, you can use eco-friendly paper towels or opt for a glass container. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's show, please click on the thumbs up icon at the bottom right corner of the video. And don't forget to visit the description section. I've put in links to supplies, recommendations, and coupon codes for any and all supplies you see here in the event that you don't have them at home. So again, thank you for stopping by. I hope you learned something. I hope this was valuable to you. Na zdraví, good health, and I will see you next time.